somebody who would go to New York and they would record something off the radio in the WBLS and stuff like that, and bring it back and listen to it, and then everybody would make copies of it and stuff like that. So that's how we would get, our introduction into the hip hop and the stuff like that, and the music, and who had the latest, not necessarily mixtapes. I believe they used to call them pause tapes, because it's like the radio, hit pause, let it release, record it again, and that's how we got the music. And it spread just by people just duplicating cassettes.
When I think of analog, I think of patience, man. Like, you had to be patient to
well,
let that thing work.
It's just this. Listen, everything is just the sign of the times back then. You know what I mean? It's like you're not even thinking about it. Your patience. We look at society today, right, where you're driving and you need to go to a place. Okay, so you're gonna put on your phone now the GPS and get there.
True.
Where back in the day, now you got to drive somewhere. You got to you go to the gas station, buy one of these maps that open up. So figuring now, I would be driving now and looking at a map,
right?
Yeah,
you don't think of that.
Yeah, people, and then somebody calls me. Okay, you know what? I don't have my cell phone. Oh, I got a beeper at the time. Okay, I look at my beeper. Oh, it's there. Oh, now I got to find a phone booth. That 25 cents and call that person. But that's what life was in the past. So I mean, what we have now, everything is at our disposal. And it's only, so a society and technology, it's getting better, right? I just mentioned about artificial intelligence. Power of technology is there to make life easier for people, but I've gone through those things so I could relate. So that generation that I grew up with, we've seen a lot.
Interesting. Now, I want to touch on the fact that you're a cultural connector, a social entrepreneur, a capacity builder. When did you realize that you wore all of those hats?
My God. You know what? When did I realize that? When I was writing a grant proposal.
Okay.
And the agent told me, Mr. Smith, you're a cultural connector, you're a social entrepreneur. I mean, they gave me this title. So I said, what? And it sounds cool. It's just, this is what I do. Social entrepreneur, as far as, with the financial literacy work that I do. The cultural connector, I mean, I organize a lot of different, cultural shows, educational shows, things like that. I do a Canada Day event. I used to do these pancake breakfasts. I do this talent show, bringing people together. And that's my main thing, is to say, I guess God gave me a gift as somebody to go out and get information and bring people together and try to empower people. It's a struggle sometimes, but, what I think something that I don't like to see is people who are in challenging situations and they don't have access to information. So one of my things is to bring the information to them and try to help them get from point A to point B. That's what I could do. Unfortunately, sometimes too, there's a lot of things why people don't take those steps going from point A to point B.
Right.
But we have to empower the community. Also too, is that not everybody in our society today has the same access or the same resources to get things done.
Okay.
So even those who are in challenging situations, you gotta pull up your pants, pull up your socks, and get to work and get things done, because nobody out there is gonna come and save you. That's something that I've seen, right? That you could have great ideas, this and that, but if you don't have something that's gonna disrupt society, then you got to push hard, you got to grind, you got to connect, you got to make full use of your resources and stuff like that.